Res to get what you pay for. This month, get 3 rooms Zero Resified starting at just $129, and don't forget about your air ducts. Take an additional $75 off when you get your air ducts Zero Res clean. Call Zero Res right now, 952-ZERO-RES, or go online to ZeroResMinnesota.com and say you want the AM 950 special. Backward or forward spells the same. Zero Res.
Hi, this is Laura. Listen to Food Freedom Radio every Saturday at 8 a.m. or anytime via podcast. Our individual health is connected to the health of each other and connected to the health of the earth. We know the problems with the dominant food system: climate change, deadening soils, nitrates in the water, factory farming, injustice, concentration of wealth. How do we both as individuals and as a community step up and support a living food system which honors the earth? Tune to Food Freedom Radio every Saturday at 8 a.m. and remember to support your independent farmers.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Brett Johnson. Look for partly cloudy skies tonight with a low around 31, Thursday sunny with a high near 53, and Friday sunny with a high around 47. Crooner Supper Club invites you to check out the stylish Maggie's Lounge before or after your show. With a welcoming atmosphere, it's the perfect place to catch up with friends before or after a show. Open Wednesdays through Saturdays beginning at 4:30. Stop by for cocktails and light bites. More at CroonersLoungeMN.com.
Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual host, guest, random reptoid, or chupacabra may not necessarily reflect those of AM 950 Radio, its affiliates, or its sponsors. Now, it's time to step into the unknown. There are things people experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in the corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us. Share your story, share your experience, because this isn't just your story. This is our story. This is GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun.
And this is GhostBox Radio on AM 950, where every night we talk about the paranormal, ufology, Bigfoot, and so much more. My name is Greg Bakun. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. I just wanted to say before we get started, a quick thank you to everybody who came out to Billy's Barn Grill in Anoka tonight for Ghost Stories and Beyond. We didn't really have a plan apart from hearing what everyone else wanted to talk about. We not only had a really good turnout, we had some absolutely amazing questions and stories and experiences. And I don't know about Char, I shared stuff I haven't shared before. It was a really, really fun evening. It was a very good evening, and I really appreciated everybody coming out. So thank you so much for coming out tonight. Really appreciate it. We're going to be doing this again January 3rd. I know 2024, right? Let's get that straight. But we're going to be doing that January 3rd. This month I was going to have on Joe Frankie, who was who worked with the Warrens, Ed and Lorraine Warren. He investigated with them, but he was unable to. I mean, his schedule is so full, but he has committed for January 3rd that we do it via the internet and everyone could come to Billy's and talk to him. And he's just like, he's right there. We're going to have Joe Frankie in January. It's going to be fantastic, and we're very excited for that. So, but for those who did come out, thank you very much. Now, tonight's program, you hear her voice multiple times during my show, her calming voice. She invites you to her store in Stillwater. Really, somebody who I have really been very fortunate enough to get to know more over the last year or so. And, we gel very well, and so much so that I can rhyme. Yes. And I'm really excited whenever I have her on the show tonight. And we're talking about Witch Jodi, and we're going to be doing a few things tonight. But one thing that we love to do, and I know Jodi loves, is if you have any questions for her, really about anything. Now, remember, folks, Jodi is a witch, Salem Coven, but also she has worked in the medical field for a number of years. So she has this wonderful, beautiful balance on everything and has such a great insight. So if you have questions about what she does, please put them in the comments. We're going to have a great conversation. Witch Jodi, welcome to GhostBox Radio.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well. I love that tree behind you. That's beautiful.
Thank you. It needs more ornaments.
Right, because
You can still see green.
if I walked out the back of the building, I could see it lit up,
Let
and
let
I'm
me
in
tell you
Eden
something.
Prairie.
I used to put this tree up, and this is about a 15-foot tree because my living room is like a 2.5 story out here. And when my mom was still with us, she'd be like, "Girl, you put Dayton's to shame." So that's all I have to say on that. And she's just kind of, I hear her giggling at me. And she's just like, "And you still do." And then she looks at me and she's like, "Where are my ornaments?" And I'm like, "I haven't taken them out yet," you know.
The
But yeah,
the way your tree looks, it looks like that somebody who took like a professional course on how to decorate a tree. That is beautiful. It really is. I mean,
Connect.
mine looks like, well, we talked beforehand. I'm not putting one up,
Yes.
but it would look kind of ghetto, perhaps, or bear, one of the two. But we also talked about the fact that I have Linus, my ragdoll cat, who is about 20 some pounds, and he just the thought of it. If I even put that in his mind, I mean, he'll just knock something else over just
Yeah.
out of lieu of not having a tree. So
Yeah. I
yeah,
don't have any kitty cats, so I'm grateful for that. I've got little dogs. I got little miniature pinchers. So they'll go in the lander there.
mhm.
But that's about all they do. But yeah, kitty cats, they want to climb up in there and they want to go play and stuff. I've heard horror stories from people. And I used to have kitties. I don't here in town in Stillwater, but
Yeah.
years back I always had cats, grew up with cats, love cats. Um, but we always had indoor outdoor kitties, so I didn't really have that problem, back in the day. But I
Absolutely.
do remember a couple of times when I was little that my mom, one of our cats got up my mom's tree, and I can remember my mom screaming at the cat, "Get that damn cat out of the house!" But other than that, that was about it.
Well, and Bridget says that the tree is beautiful. It reminds me of all the trees at my grandma's house. One of her trees is a 15-foot tall with nothing but lights and Christopher Radko ornaments.
Oh, that's beautiful, Bridget. So beautiful. Well, this one is about a 15.5 foot, maybe 16-foot
Yeah.
tree. Um, and it takes me about 4 days to get it up. To do just the tree and put the lights in is a day. And it takes my daughter was here and helped me this year. I generally have over 3,000 or over, maybe it's over 4,000 lights on it. I can't even tell you how many strings of lights I have on it. And I have a zillion ornaments, and I have a lot of old European glass on it. Some of it's very antique. They were my great grandmother's, and so I've got quite the array of really eclectic type things on there. But I like my tree. That's my thing. I like to do that. So
It's beautiful, but I do have a question to ask. If you're watching the StreamYard right now, you can see the lights in this studio flickering kind of. Is that because you have your tree on? I mean, honestly, are you sucking all the electricity out of the Twin Cities to light these things?
nope, I'm not a Clark. I am not Clark Griswold. We're good. But I think that's your ghost friend over there doing the light flickering.
It's something. It's well, I think every room in this place flickers in some way, and I don't think it's always paranormal. But speaking of paranormal, last time we really had a conversation was Halloween when we did that.
Oh,
When
it
we
was
did that
so much
wonderful.
fun.
What's that?
It was so much
It
fun.
was fun. It was a lot of fun, and we did it over at the Grand
Mhm.
Garage over in Stillwater, where your store, Midwest Witchery and Healing, is located and has just been expanded.
Yes.
I mean, that's pretty cool. But we got some really good stuff that night, didn't we?
Oh my gosh, yes. And I tell you what, people come in. Oh my gosh, they'll talk. They saw the show. They ask about, different things that had happened. They asked to go and see where, like Shar did the automatic writings. I've
Wow.
shown them where that is and stuff. Do you remember anybody who happens to be watching, if you watch the show, there was a room where Shar was sitting in. It was a darker room, and you could see the shadow like behind her, and they would play with the flashlights. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So Melissa owns that little area, and it's a permanent jewelry area. And I happened to be down at the store this week, and she's like, "Jodi, I need you to come over here." And so I go over, and she goes, "What the heck is going on in here?" And I'm like, what you talking about? And she
Hmm.
goes, what, who's here? And I said, the little boy. Why? And she goes, is he doing that? She has hanging ornaments on strings, and there is nothing moving in the entire room except for one ornament, and it keeps moving in the one corner. And I'm like, and I got right off the bat, it was the little boy, and he's like, I just like it because if I move it, it sparkles and it throws light around. And so this is what I'm hearing from this little boy.
Sure.
And I said, well, is there anything else moving in here? And she goes, no, we've done the paper test, we've done this, we've done that. Nothing else moves. It's just that one ornament on a string.
Wow.
And he just likes it. And he's like, I'm moving it because I like the way the light flickers off of it because it's catching light from a different part of the store and it's just reflecting. And so he likes to move it around. And I just thought that was kind of neat that he came back, and is just moving stuff around and doing his thing.
That's an active space. It's
very active. It's
a
very, very active.
It really is. And boy, what I thought was really interesting the whole night was that, and it's interesting because we actually haven't talked about this really a whole lot, our experiences.
No, we haven't. I was gone.
Yeah, you ditched all of us for slightly warmer horizons, which is fair. I would do the same. But, we had a number of people there that night who weren't on the radio. They were people who owned the locations, who were there, and all of them were like, well, you guys are set up. We're going to head out. We're going to, we got other Halloween stuff to do.
Mm-hmm.
Not one of them left. And it wasn't because they didn't trust us. It was because they were wrapped up. Yeah, they were
so intrigued, and they loved it. They loved every minute of it. And so the tiki bar, Chris, his wife, actually had an experience, and she was feeling like overwhelmed. She was getting hot flashes, all this kind of strange stuff going on. And I think she was talking to Shar, if I can remember right. Mm-hmm. We'd have to validate with that. But, after a few, she had to get out of the space. She moved away and she went and sat down, and then it went away. So whatever was happening in that room at that moment in time, it had affected her. And she's like, I've never had anything like that happen before. I said, welcome to the paranormal. Yeah. And she's like, oh my God. She goes, is this what it's like for you all the time? I said, it can be. Being a medium, I mean, it stuff happens. I mean, you just never know. I had this gal called, or she sent me an email. It was late on, oh good Lord, what day was it? It was Friday night. She emailed me, and there was a group of gals that wanted to come in. They're from out of town and they wanted to do a mediumship thing. Mm-hmm. So I said, yes, come on in and I'll help you out, and we had a great time. But like, sometimes I get a sensation, and I get this sensation and I just kind of go, okay, I'm just going to be very blunt, and I go, blah. I'm not going to talk about it, but I'm just like, blah. This gal breaks out and crying, and she's like, okay. And I said, so your grandfather has this to say. And the grandfather just basically said, whatever is going to make you happy is your right choice to do. Mm-hmm. And very religious gal, and all that kind of good stuff. And so she was just really struggling with some stuff, but I gave that sense of it's okay because she had validation from someone else that she truly loved. And I love to be able to do that. So I was explaining to Patty that, sometimes you can feel them. Sometimes they want to take a little bit of energy from you. So you might feel a little dizzy, or you might feel a little kitty wampus. Sometimes you feel sensations that they felt in life, and that's a way to connect to, like a sickness. If somebody maybe died of, say, a brain aneurysm, you might get like a sharp pain in your head, or a gut ache, because they had stomach cancer. There's different things, or random, like, why is my leg hurt? And you can't figure out why the leg hurts. And then you remember grandpa had a bad hip, that kind of thing. So it's very interesting how, here in the physical world, our physical self experiences things from beyond, from the energetic world.
It really is. And, it's especially if you haven't experienced it before, you never ask for it, because you don't have control. At least for those who have not experienced it before, they're not going to have control over those situations if they're new to it. And it was really incredible. And then our very own Chad Larson, who runs the station. I just remember, I know that Shar had a conversation with him, and he was pretty stoked by what was happening. I walked out because we were in your new space, and we would take some breaks while things were moving. I mean, it was a very active evening on all levels. And walking out there and seeing Chad, just a big grin, which, I mean, he's a very happy person. Anyway, I'm not trying to give the impression that the man never smiles, but you could see he was enjoying himself. He was experiencing things he's not really experienced before. And that was really fun to see because it was safe. It was a safe environment. And we will go in there with no precondition that anything's going to happen. And then we had a pretty active night.
I guess my dog is going to come and hang out with us.
Hey, what's your dog's name?
This is Tristan. Hi, Tristan, and he's putting up his little bat ears for you.
Oh, he's so cute, my gosh! If you're not on StreamYard, not on Facebook watching us, go check out Tristan. He is so cute. And trust me, if I were at home and Linus walked by, with every ounce of strength I have, I'd pick him up and I would show him off as well. Now we are. I know that coming up after the new year. Well, maybe not. I mean, you're going to be gallivanting again. We do want to talk about doing another one.
Yes, we need to get you guys out. We got to do something really fun. I am leaving again. I'm going to go back out to Hawaii. I'm taking my best friend Sarah with me. I'm leaving my husband home. He gets to deal with the cold.
Right.
I'm leaving on January 3rd, and I'm going to be gone. I think the 16th or the 17th. We're coming back. Okay. I can't remember. I'm just gonna go like lay in the sun. I'm gonna read some books, guys. I'm not just
right. Well, and I've been kind of in moderate contact with Chris from Tilted Tiki, who is a super nice guy. I mean, they're all nice, and I think we have some ideas that we'd like to talk with you all about and do another live because that went over very well. Adam got a ton of stuff over here. That was incredible.
Yes, that was crazy. We had stuff going on at our location. We were asking if at our location, if the spirits could influence things over at the radio station, and it would. We'd be like, hey, do this, that, or the other, and it would happen. It was crazy. And when it was happening for him, it would get a little bit lull where we were. Yep. And then when it would lull back over at the station, it amped up over at the Grand Garage. It was insane. But, you guys, we're in downtown Stillwater. We are one of the oldest. It is known as the oldest town of Minnesota, and that goes back and forth between that and is it Winona or Wabasha, one or the other.
Yeah.
And so there's some different. I did find out the reason behind that. Stillwater actually is the oldest town in Minnesota itself, but Minnesota became a state, and once it became a state, so either we were the first town when it became a state or we were there before it became a state. I can't remember which one it was, but that was the difference between that and Wabasha, Winona. I can't remember the other one because I'm a Wisconsin girl originally, so I don't remember. But yeah, so there is an awful lot of activity downtown. I mean, and it's not just at my location. There's multiple locations that have had experiences. People see things. It's pretty cool. It's a cool location.
It really is. Why don't we go ahead and do this? Why don't we go ahead and take our first break? We have Witch Jodi with us tonight. We've been talking about our Halloween spectacular. That was so much fun to do. If you have any questions for Witch Jodi, please put them in the comments. We're going to be talking about seances. Much more to come. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
In the heart of the Northeast, there lies a hidden beast, a dragon's lair at the crossroad, guarded by the maiden Mother Crone. A treasure trove of spells galore, discover incense, books, jewelry, and more. Just as the oracles foretold, this is where your mystery unfolds. As the shadows creep and the veil gets thin, do not fear what lies within. Magus Books is where your journey begins. Visit us at 1848 Central Avenue Northeast in Minneapolis or online at magusbooks.com.
Reach your highest level of consciousness and well-being with metamorphosisconnections.com. Metamorphosisconnections.com is an online directory of the best holistic and metaphysical practitioners to help you make your most informed choices. You can search metamorphosisconnections.com for classes, events, wellness and life coaches, plus metaphysical products and shops. You can also search for a wide array of healers from all modalities, including EFT, sound healing, energy healing, light therapy, ancestral healing, shamanic healing, reflexology, past life regressions, hypnotherapy, yoga, and more. And if you're not sure where to start, the search feature on metamorphosisconnections.com is tailored to help both those who know what they are looking for and those who are just starting. Come explore the possibilities for your higher self by visiting metamorphosisconnections.com. Their experienced practitioners can guide both beginners and those that are already on their spiritual journey. That's metamorphosisconnection.com, your link to direct you on your spiritual transformation.
Hello, I'm Jodi, also known as Witch Jodi on social media. I opened Midwest Witchery and Healing in historic Stillwater because as a nurse, I love to help others. When you come and visit Midwest Witchery and Healing, you will find everything from divination and magical services, classes to ritual tools, jewelries, handcrafted candles, witchy gear, and much more. My store is a safe environment for all on their own unique path. Look for the purple door. Find out more at MidwestWitcheryHealing.com.
Cafe Latte offers made-from-scratch soups, salads, sandwiches, and mouth-watering desserts. So come check out their pizza and wine bar, or get a treat from the bakery made fresh daily. Plus, you can still do online ordering and takeout, along with gift cards. Just go to cafelatte.com and choose from their ever-changing selection of award-winning salads, sandwiches, and soups. Cafe Latte is located off Victoria and Grand and online at cafelatte.com.
And welcome back to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. I'm Greg Bakun. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. We have with us tonight Witch Jodi. She is the owner of Midwest Witchery and Healing, located in Stillwater, Minnesota. She is a great friend to our show. We're very happy to have her on tonight. Please, if you are able to, make a trip out to Stillwater. Go to the Grand Garage and check out the store. It's beautiful. Jodi, the store is absolutely beautiful. I mean,
Thank you so much. I worked very hard on it. You know, I walked in there and I had a vision and I've created it. I mean, I manifested for this. I had dreamed about doing this for quite a few years. Many people know my story with that. But I've really worked hard at it and bringing the people in that work with me. I've got great practitioners that are, you know, tarot readers and they are psychic mediums. There's a few of us that are mediums. And we've got people who do astrology there, you know, crystal ball readings, palmistry, you know, reading the palm. Now we've even gotten further. For those of you that do not live in the area, you can actually go to my website, go under bookings. We offer to do readings via Zoom, via telephone, and via email. So we can work with you if you're from a different part of the state, can't get in. And we can work all of those features in for you, mediumship, everything.
It's
really cool.
Sorry, I didn't mean to talk
No,
over you,
but
it's the, you know, it's such a good lineup of talent that you have at you know, and it's been really cool to see that in the time that we've known each other, to see it grow even more. And I do want to point out as well that yes, for people out of town, that's an option, but also the online store is an option as well.
Yes, I have an online store. Right now, there's some crystals on there. There's candles. There's a few things. I don't have all my clothing on there yet. I haven't figured out a good way to put the pictures appropriately. So I've been working on that. So that'll be coming shortly. But yeah, you can pretty much anything in the store. You can purchase online. I'm working with a couple of my really good marketing people that will help me get the proper pictures on there so you can see it a little bit better. Because just taking it with a quick camera, it doesn't do it justice. So we want to make sure it looks appropriate. But yeah, we do have that online store for buying merchandise too. And I do carry quite a bit. I carry a lot of magical practitioner type stuff, from wands to crystals to a crystal selenite wand broom, which is really cool. True witches brooms. I mean, I've kind of got it all. I've got herbs, I've got teas. Keep in mind, I'm a nurse. I've been a practicing RN many, many years, doing holistic, teaching herbalist classes, and people have been really on me. Around the Twin Cities, I have taught herbal classes for years. I have not done that yet since I've been at my store. And I'm like, I kind of have to do that. So I am starting that up. It's coming up at the end of January. So do watch the website if you really want to learn about homeopathic medicines, how to treat stuff at home. This is the class you're going to want to take. So watch my website. It will be very reasonable. It will be available on Zoom. And Mr. Ryan, who works with me, we're trying to do a thing where they can record me, and you're going to pay for the PDF file, and then you'll always have it. You can access it at any time.
Nice.
So I'm working on that too. So that'll be kind of cool.
That's nice. Do you do any weekly email newsletters or anything like that?
There is a newsletter that goes out once a month. Mr. Ryan is in charge of that one. And then as far as, I just do different tidbit things like on Facebook, on TikTok, and on Instagram. But the main thing for a newsletter is one time a month, and Mr. Ryan is in charge of that. And then I also, I'm partnered with the Edge magazine. For any of you guys who happen to read that, I'm the one that writes the herbal column for the Edge magazine. So, you can find me there too. Nice. I'm a little bit all over the place. So,
little smattering here, a little smattering there. So, yeah, no, that's good. So we didn't talk about this, and feel free to say no, or if you say yes, we could do it very limited. Someone is asking if we could ask a psychic question of you, but we didn't talk about it beforehand.
Absolutely fine.
All right. But should we keep away from mediumship and stuff like that?
I don't mind if they ask me. That's totally fine, because I have been a medium my whole life. So you can go ahead and ask me what you would like to ask me, and I will have spirit tap into them and to me, and it'll be all fine.
Just know that it's $5 a question. No.
Oh, yes. Oh, okay. It's going to go right to Greg.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't say where it was going, but hey. You gotta buy some Christmas gifts. Hey, not everyone could have a big 15-foot tree, so.
Hey, that's why I get it at Menards, man. I don't have a real one because my daughter's allergic.
Okay. So here's a question. Okay. Anne says, sorry. I sent a nice card to my love interest man saying how I feel about him. Do you feel he feels the same about me, or he didn't like it? And if you want his name, she could provide it.
I don't even need his name. I'm good. Actually, what I'm sensing with this is he's intrigued by it. He's scared of commitment. And she's gonna know exactly what I'm saying. I think he's very elated. He's liking the fact that she is interested in him. He is afraid of commitment. So he is he either had a bad breakup, or he's in the middle of a breakup, or something happened at some point in time. And I'm feeling this is more in the past. He had been in a relationship. It was a bad breakup. And so he's a little skittish is kind of what I'm feeling with it. Give it time and see where it goes. I don't think he's ready to commit yet.
But don't give up on him.
Don't give up.
Yeah.
Because here's worst case scenario. Worst case. You guys end up having a very, very good, trusted friendship that's going to last for a very, very long time.
Yeah. There we go. That's cool. Thank you for that.
Not a problem.
I'll put up the PayPal address here in a second. No, obviously.
You're just being a smarty pants tonight. Listen to him. You behave. No, Mr. Crumpus, he was around, last night. He could still maybe come back. We could
Right?
tell him Greg is being naughty.
Right?
Crumpus is going to come and take him and collect the bad children.
You know what I'm interested in? I am interested in a seance.
Oh, yes. And you know what? We happen to be having one. I think it's next weekend.
Wow.
The weekend of the 15th.
You still have room?
Yeah, we have got, so on on December 15th, we are having a Yuletide seance. So, you guys, this is the seance you want to come to. If you really think about Yuletide Christmas things, think of the Christmas Carol. It was always about ghost stories and about, honoring your loved ones who have passed, reminiscing, that kind of thing. This is the one you want to come to. Mr. Ryan is going to be hosting it. I'll probably be around too, but I'm letting him drive the boat on this one.
Mm-hmm.
And we have got the carolers, the Victorian carolers from Stillwater coming in to kick it off.
Wow.
So you can dress in like, Charles Dickens era if you'd like to kind of, feel very Victorian if that is your vibe. If you don't want to, you don't have to, but come in. It's going to be such an amazing event. And for those of you who have lost loved ones, have questions for your loved ones, what a great time to reconnect. The veil is, in my opinion, down. It has not gone back up after Halloween or Samhain. Our loved ones, man, the energies in the world and with everything going on and changing, the energies are just insane. The dead have a lot to say. And my house is very active. So don't be surprised. I'm just going to let the people here. Don't be surprised if you'll see an orb or something run behind me, because I have got like the spiritual highway in my house.
Yep.
Would you guys like to see something really cool?
Oh, yeah, I would.
Okay. Now, my house is a little messy. Keep in mind, I got a toddler living here at the moment. But can you see? I'm not good at angling a camera. Okay, that's my fireplace. I got to go that way. See that tapestry?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So that tapestry is a portal. And yes, I have had paranormal groups come out here, because when I first moved in here, I was a little freaked out. Would have freaked out, just because I had not seen so much activity running through a house like this before. And if any of you guys have ever watched the movie Finding Nemo, everybody kind of seems to know that old one.
Mm-hmm.
There is that current, and the turtles are like, "Hey, we're gonna have a great jump today!" Da 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 da, and like a turtle will jump off, right?
Yep.
I have a portal that goes from that tapestry to this entryway, which is up here. So like way, way up there. Okay.
Yep.
And this portal like goes through, and it's like the spiritual highway, and they're just constantly whipping through here. And then once in a while, one will go whoop and fall off and then have to maneuver and find their way out. So my house is warded. I cleanse it a lot. I sage it a lot. But yes, it's kind of active here. My daughter, who is staying here with the baby right now, she closes her bedroom door because she's like, yeah, they're coming down the hallway all the time. My daughter is also a medium. My daughter is one. My grandson is very, very in tune. It was so cute. So Greg knows that my mom passed away in the summer of 2022.
Yep.
And my daughter they're called a porch pot. So it's like a Christmas pot to put on your front porch. And so she's bringing it home from work. They did this as a work activity yesterday. And my grandson is in the car, and the pot is sitting in the front seat. And my grandson will be 3 in March. Okay, so just kind of bear with that. And all of a sudden he goes, "Oh, Mama's so pretty." And so she goes, "Oh, do you like my porch pot?" And Thomas goes, "Oh, no, that's not yours. That's Grandma Muffy's. That's my mom."
Yeah.
And my daughter goes, I about got whiplash when I whipped around to look at the kid. He goes, "What did you just say?" And he goes, "Oh, no, that's Grandma Muffy. She's holding it."
Incredible.
Isn't that crazy?
That is great.
My grandson was a year and a half when she died. So, you got to think about this. And he's not quite 3. He's only a couple months from turning 3. So it's not like, little kids at that time, you have to be seeing somebody all the time. And so my mom is around quite prevalent, as Greg knows, because she's shown up for us when we've done stuff before.
Yep, I brought her
And
through the spirit box.
yes, she came through the spirit box. So she's usually around. And so I just think that is so cute. And Christmas is her favorite time of year. And I was driving to work one day, and I was going to my nursing job, and I hear in my head, "This is the year." I'm like, "This is the year for what?" And it's just like, get off your hiney and do Christmas big. And I'm like, I don't ever do great big Christmas. I do a big tree, and I do like to deck the halls, but the last few years I haven't, because we usually go to Hawaii and I come home the week of Thanksgiving, and I'm like, I don't have time. So she's putting these images in my head, and this is how mediumship works. Images will come into your head, you'll hear something, there'll be symbols, and I'm getting pictures of this pile of toys. And and it's like a black and white photo, it's like a photograph, like a snapshot, and it's a black and white. And I'm like, what is it about this? And she's showing me these pictures of when I was probably that age, and there's this mound of toys and Christmas gifts that Santa had brought. And I had to actually go into the attic and pull out the real old photo albums from when I was little. So this would have been taken picture was probably taken in 1970, maybe 69. So I was real little, and I wouldn't remember this kind of stuff. And it's not a picture book where I have around. It's not something that I would look at, but it was the pictures that she was showing, because she wants me to do that for my grandson this year. So I've been buying a lot of gifts now. We're going to have a big Christmas, apparently, but I made her happy. So our loved ones are constantly talking to us. They're constantly talking to us. And if you are listening, you guys, and you want to be more in tune with your own psychic mediumship that you all have capabilities of doing, I am having a class coming up on the 20th that is posted on my website. It's called Opening Your Psychic Awareness. I think it's $50 for the class. It will be available by Zoom. You can come in on it. It's a Wednesday evening. It's about an hour and a half, but I will teach you the techniques so that you can start practicing retraining your brain so that you can do this too. It is a really, really cool class. I've taught it multiple times. People do very, very well with it. Easy to understand. I think you'd really enjoy it. So, if you're into that kind of thing and wanting to talk to the ghosts like Greg does, this is your niche. You should give it a try.
You should. Now, is this just in person, or are you making an online version?
Oh, it's going to be online. It is going to be available. So it'll be live through Zoom at the same time. Yes.
That's a good idea. Very good idea. And then the seance itself, you said that was December 15th.
15th, Friday the 15th. Yes.
Well, you know, I have a show, right? So, I mean,
yeah, I think,
yeah. So
maybe you should just come on over.
Yeah. Well, we'll just have dead air. See what happens. No one will notice.
It's earlier in the night though, Greg, for the seance. It's not late like the other one. I want to say that it's running 7 to 9, maybe. So it's earlier this time. So isn't that terrible? I don't even know the time off the top of my head, because I have to have something in front of my face, because
Is it available on? I mean, is it on your website for people?
It's on the website right now. Yes, it says Yuletide Seance. And I want to say it starts at 7.
If
I think it's 7 to 9.
If I go, I'd probably take the night off, which is fine. But because I've been wanting to do this, and I'll take a look and see if it all aligns and stuff. But I think that'd be really good. Jodi, why don't we do this? Why don't we go ahead and we're going to take our second break here. We're going to talk a little bit more about what's going on with Midwest Witchery and Healing. We're going to take any more questions that you have, put them into comments. We're having a great time with Witch Jodi. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
If you own a holistic or metaphysical business and are looking to expand, then you need to be listed on metamorphosisconnections.com. It's a network where you can grow with like-minded practitioners and reach new clients. Metamorphosisconnections.com is an online directory you need to list yourself and your business. Our platform makes it easy for you to create listings of your products and services, and you can also choose to list your classes, events, and so much more. Metamorphosisconnections.com helps you create weekly and monthly promotional ads targeted towards your potential clients and promotes them for you via social media and newsletter. There are clients searching for your specialty right now. Let us help them find you. Start your listing today so you can share your own unique gifts and talents by finding the level of membership that best fits your needs. Let us help you reach your clients that are searching for what you do. Visit metamorphosisconnections.com and sign up today.
Feeling like people just don't get the vibrant rainbow unicorn that is your celestial essence? Have you been wondering how you stepped into this infernal, mundane timeline full of muggles, NPCs, and toilet paper shortages? Here at Magus Books and Herbs, we get you, and are staffed with real-life unicorns just waiting to help you rediscover your shine. So come explore your magical side with books, herbs, incense classes, and more at 1848 Central Avenue Northeast in Minneapolis or online at magusbooks.com.
Hello, I'm Jodi, also known as Witch Jodi on social media. I opened Midwest Witchery and Healing in historic Stillwater because as a nurse, I love to help others. When you come and visit Midwest Witchery and Healing, you will find everything from divination and magical services, classes to ritual tools, jewelries, handcrafted candles, witchy gear, and much more. My store is a safe environment for all on their own unique path. Look for the purple door. Find out more at MidwestWitcheryHealing.com.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Brett Johnson. Look for partly cloudy skies tonight with a low around 31, Thursday sunny with a high near 53, and Friday sunny with a high around 47. Crooner Supper Club invites you to check out the stylish Maggie's Lounge before or after your show. With a welcoming atmosphere, it's the perfect place to catch up with friends before or after a show. Open Wednesdays through Saturdays beginning at 4:30. Stop by for cocktails and light bites. More at croonersloungemn.com.
And join us tomorrow on GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun. Tomorrow is going to be a replay episode. We're going to replay the episode from August when we did a recording at the Anderson House in Wabasha, Minnesota. We had Dave Schrader on. It's a fantastic episode. It was a lot of fun. You could hear the people in the background applauding, having a good time. It was really a lot of fun. If you heard it before, if it's the first time you're hearing it, give it a shot. It was a really good show. I'm excited to play it tomorrow. The reason why we're not doing a live tomorrow is I'm doing a new show every Thursday night for a little while. It's called Myth or Mystery. It's myself and a panel of paranormal enthusiasts and a psychic medium who we look at footage, clips, audio, photos of anything that people purport as paranormal, stuff that's sent in to us, stuff that we find, and we try to decide whether it's a myth, like not real, or a mystery, perhaps paranormal. And that's what we do. It's interactive. There's a poll that you can take part in. It's a lot of fun. You can find that tomorrow. I do that at 9 p.m. on GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun on Facebook. Check it out. We've a couple of you I've seen on here who was watching some of our dry runs. It's a lot of fun. We hope that you take part in that and watch tomorrow. And then check out also if for the Dave Schrader episode. So lots of good stuff. Our guest today is Witch Jodi from Midwest Witchery and Healing. We've been talking about the seance that's happening December 15th. Really excited. I'm going to really check that out. And I got a couple questions tonight, some stuff that's coming up. Let's see. Carol says, love listening tonight with your guest, Witch Jodi. How fascinating. She is great. And then Carol asks, do you do private readings over Zoom?
Yes, Carol, we do. So again, you just go to the website and you can just go ahead and book. If you're looking for a private reading for a mediumship, the two mediums that you'd want to check into would either be me, and you're going to go under mine. Mine will show for Witch Jodi. It'll say tea time with Witch Jodi. You can choose a half an hour or an hour. Mr. Jake Ryan is another one who is the other very, very good medium. And you can do him at 15 minutes, a half an hour, or a full hour. So you can go through and you can read each individual about what they do under meet our readers, and you can choose your individual. You go in to book it, and you can book the day, the time. We will be happy to do it via Zoom because you can choose all of that right there on the linkage. And yes, we do private. So, we want to accommodate everybody. I did see there was a comment earlier. Somebody felt that they were at a crossroads.
Yes.
And it was up a little bit earlier if you want to read the question, Greg, but I clicked into that right away, and I do have an answer.
So KC Meditation on YouTube, and don't forget, folks, if you have any comments in general, not just with this show but any other, you can go. We're on YouTube at MN GhostBox Official, as well as Facebook. You can go to AM 950 on Facebook or GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun. KC Meditation has asked, would love to hear any directional messages for me. I'm at a crossword. Oh my goodness. I'm at a crossroads and would love some directional advice.
And I'm going to say that this is what I'm clicking into, that this is something that it's not necessarily a relationship. This is more of your life path. You've been doing a job, you've been working the 9 to 5 type thing, like the norm, like I did for years, and you're being drawn to do something a little bit more spiritual, and you're scared to do it. Do it. Go for it. You're being drawn for a reason. A lot of us got drawn out to do this. It's something I wanted to do for a long time. Guys, I'm a nurse. I'm an RN. RNs make, pretty decent money. I was really kind of afraid to walk away from that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm telling you, the path work that I am doing to help individuals over exceeds anything I've ever done in my life. I'm still helping people in a different way. I'm helping them spiritually. So I do see it that it's going to be okay. It's a scary bump getting started, but things are going to it's going to be really weird for you, Casey. Things are going to just like show up in your lap and you're going to be like, oh, this is kind of weird. No, it's not. It is all serendipity. It is happening for reasons for you. Pay attention to the signs and go. You're going to be fine. I still do the nursing thing. In fact, I was nursing today. I worked a lot this week. It's the end of the season, so I'm busy at my surgery center. So I'm going in and helping. But I tell you what, it's such a wonderful life balance for me to be able to help people in the nursing field, but yet I'm also over here doing what I've always wanted to do. This is what I came to the earth to do, is to help people spiritually, to help people with my mediumship, guide people, give them an insight to know that things are okay, and just kind of guide them along. I'm so happy. I've never been more happy in my life. And the doors that keep opening when you're on your life's path, it's crazy. You get a couple bumps. They want to make sure, they want your guides and everybody are making sure you're ready to take that step. But once you've gone through it, I'm going to tell you right now, the doors just keep going open. And it keeps getting bigger and it spirals. It's great. It's a fantastic thing. And we need more people in the spiritual area to help people. There's big changes coming in 2024. Mark my words now, 2024 is going to be huge. You're seeing the AI stuff going crazy.
Yeah.
Spiritual stuff is going to start hitting too. And people are going to come from out of the woodworks going, I don't understand. I've been groomed my whole life this way, and now I'm finding out it's not real. Help. I don't know what to do. And that's where people like us come in and say, it's okay. Because we were brought here at this time to help people, to do this awakening. It's okay. It is okay. You're going to do great. So go for it.
It's interesting. I find myself very much in the same situation as KC, in a sense that I, doing this show, doing every, and kind of had moving away from traditional employment, but yet, it's still it's still a kind of a worry about some of the bills and stuff. But one of the things that I want to ask you about, because I mean, I think, and maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like that it's more than just being like, okay, this is my new path. It's also about the positivity that goes along with it. If you don't believe in yourself, it's not going to happen, right? Even though that
Correct.
path is there for you, you got to do the work as well, right?
Right. You have to do the work. It's not going to just like, you can't just sit there and go, hey, here I am, drop it in my lap. You do have to do the work. And you got to get your name out there. You got to network. You got to do the right things. And it can be hard. But what I will tell you is you start going down that road, all the right people seem to be at the right places at the right time. It's like the universe puts it there for you. Um, I truly believe in the saying, find your joy.
Yeah.
Because if you are working a job that you're going in, doing the mundane, doing the 9 to 5, whatever it is that you're doing to bring in, the physical cash, and you're unhappy, you're putting out negative energy around yourself to keep drawing that negativity toward you. So you want to find things that are going to lighten your spirit, lighten yourself so that you can really enjoy life. And then things just flow so much naturally, or more naturally. And it really, really, will help. It looks like he's responding back.
Yeah, Casey is saying, thank you, it's Jody. That
You're
makes a lot of
welcome.
sense. This is what I do, and I feel encouraged. And also, I just want to say real fast, I never said it. Anne earlier, who asked the question, if you didn't see it, Jody, she also said thank you very much for
Oh,
the
thank
reading.
you.
I
No
just want to make
worries.
sure that came through. And I mean, also, I would like to say too, as someone who's kind of going through this, I mean, if like for myself, I'm looking at, well, I might have to get a 9 to 5 for a bit or something of that ilk. I don't
Mhm.
see that as a failure. It means more of like
No.
you gotta focus still on what the goal is. It just means that you gotta reposition a little bit, but the goal shouldn't change. If this is what you want to do, then you want to keep doing it, and you'll find a way to make it where maybe that 9 to 5 job or whatever you're
Yeah.
doing doesn't have to always happen. That's just the stopgap.
Exactly, exactly. And too, guys, if you come and check us out, there's a lot of people that want to learn about like their past lives and stuff. We do past life regressions. Chanda, who is one of my practitioners, is it'll be coming up on the website. I think that Mr. Ryan will have it out there before Sunday, so it should be coming up. But I do have people that do past life regressions. We have a person that does life coaching, spiritual life coaching. We
Mhm.
have a lot of different people that you can do this all online with them. They will do a Zoom with you, a private Zoom, and they'll help you, guide you through different things too if you are looking for that kind of stuff. I'm all about helping the community. I worked very hard at trying to find the balance for people to come in to feel like they were in a safe space to learn anything that they wanted to learn about. And I am the first person to say, dude, if I can't figure it out for you, I'm going to find the person that can and get you in touch with the right people, because that's what I'm about. I'm very authentic in what I do and what I portray to the public and give to the public, because I'm not justifying anything if I am not being my full authentic self. And this is why I live the way I do.
Carol says, "Wow, what you're saying is even helping me with things I've been thinking about." And that's, and I'm also a firm believer, as especially in my work in the paranormal and stuff. That say, and Carol listens. I know Carol listens on a fairly regular basis, but some people may not listen all that often to the show, which is completely fine. But sometimes there's just a reason why. You know what? I want to listen to the show tonight. I need to listen to it. I feel like I need to
Yeah.
listen to it, and then they hear you talk and it suddenly is like, wow, that I needed to hear that.
Yes. And that's a part of it, you guys. Follow your intuition. Always go with your gut. If you're like, I think I'm going to watch this tonight, a message will come through. I can't tell you how many times you'll be scrolling through on Facebook and you'll see somebody doing a Facebook Live and you just sit there for a second, you pause, and you're like, no, it's not me. Or, take a second, you pause, and you're like, oh, wait, what are they talking about? And then you click on it because you want to hear a little bit more about it. And it's residing with something that either has happened or is happening or you feel is about to happen. It somehow is resonating with you yourself. There's a reason that we do that and we come across things at the strangest times.
And then Jill also says, Jill's like, I'm taking that same advice too and running with it. It resonates for me. Thank you. Stay amazing, which
Thank
Jody,
you.
you will. I know that for a
Thank you,
fact.
Jill.
And all I'm going to ask my listeners tonight, if any of this resonates, like a number of you said, as a personal favor to me and to yourself, to be very honest, go check out MidwestWitcheryHealing.com. See, at the very least, see if there's something there that, there's one thing to be like, yeah, this resonates. I'm loving it. The other is to maybe take it a little bit further, get some guidance, talk about it, see what else is available, because there's just something about that, we talk about it all the time, Jody. We talk about
You do.
sustainability. We talk about community.
You.
There's a reason why you all charge for your services, because it's your way. You have skills, and just like a carpenter, a plumber, whatever, you're
Yes.
charging to help.
We're charging to help. And here's another thing. If people can't afford to do that and you want to just be somehow involved or learn a little bit more, you know what? I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok. Go and find me on these sites. Follow my page, because I go out and I put out little tidbits. I go out and I give a little like quirks and different things. Like, I don't know. Right now, if you go out onto my Facebook, I've got on there, I made a simmer pot, for the holiday, like, to bring in abundance, prosperity, protection, to kind of get you through the holidays. I've actually got little crystal bundle bags. They're not online, they're just in my store, but they're little crystal bundle bags to get you through the holidays, because crystals do vibrate and they do help us. And it was something that I could do that was inexpensive, that I can put together with specific stones, that they are going to help you through, giving you a little protection, helping you through your anxieties and maybe some depression, because depression is huge this time of year, guys. It's
Really
very,
is.
very big. And so it kind of helps you get through all that kind of stuff and gives you that little balance, that little kind of balancing to, keep you kind of on the right track.
Absolutely. Once again, as we wrap up here, MidwestWitcheryHealing.com. Please go check out the site as well. Come into the store at the Grand Garage in Stillwater, Midwest Witchery and Healing. Which, Jody, thank you very much for joining me tonight.
You're welcome. Sorry, my dog flipped the computer.
No problem. We'll talk later, everyone. Please join in tomorrow as we have on Dave Schrader for the replay. Everyone, have a good night.
Hey, Minnesota, it's your favorite sexy liberal. Join me and my fellow cohorts in liberal justice weekdays from 8 to 11 on AM 950 KTN.